Hey friends, so here's a quick note about diversity. I know spooky, but bear with me if you're into that sort of thing. So, kind of random, but I was watching a video about one Mr. Fred Rogers. You probably heard of him, and it was about the ways he would bring different types of people into his neighborhood to show kids that there are just like lots of different types of people in the world. And the example was like he just asked normal questions for people. So there was this guy named Erlinger, this kid who was in a wheelchair, and he asked him, what's going on here? And he explains, well, I had this thing where a nerve got severed, and so my brain doesn't know how to talk to my arms and legs. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And so now you got this chair, and you can do this and that. And I think it's natural for people to see someone who clearly lives a very different life from you, and sort of just keep your distance, right? Because you literally can't relate. Well, the only cure for that is to relate to other people. Like you make an effort, right? And it's not that hard. You can just ask questions. You could just be like a little open to it, right? And that's sort of the power in diversity, right? Because like if you have a person who can't communicate the way other people can, or who can't behave or move or do things the way other people can, most people, let's say, well, it's very easy to just sort of lose out on that person, that talent. You know what I mean? Their value. And I don't mean to think of that in like a human capital sort of way. I mean, just like the joy they bring to the world, the things that are interesting about them that everybody has, right? They have that. And in fact, because they live so differently, because they're forced to live so differently, they bring an interesting perspective. And interesting perspectives are how we come up with new things, right? And new things are how we satisfy ourselves as humans, right? Like we can't just like eat and do the other biological things and then just be satisfied and just do that every day, right? We are a different kind of animal for whatever reason you suspect, but we're just different that way. And so new perspectives are how we keep going. You can call it progress or whatever you like, but the point is, new perspectives are what fuel the human experience. So, what does that have to do with Texas? Well, I mean, like, look at my shirt. This is the Ich bin ein Texaner shirt. I mean, Texas is a great example of a place that's like at this literal confluence of North America, like just kind of jammed right in there between like the plains and the eastern woodlands and even the coast, and then deserts on the other side. And it's jammed in there.